everybody. Now, if you missed it last week, I kicked off a new series that I'm going to be hopefully doing every Friday at this time here in the Facebook group. And the series is called Burning Questions. And the way it will work is every Friday, I'll go live here in this group and answer your questions. Now, today, I wanted to tackle one of the most common questions I get asked, and that was brought up recently by a member in the group named Jamie. Now, Jamie said, our mornings are rough. I really want everyone to leave the house in the morning feeling happy, but it seems that like no matter what I do, we are always rushing around. And half the time I'm yelling at my kids to get their shoes on and get out the door in time. It sets the tone for our entire day, and I really want it to change, but haven't had much luck with anything I've tried. Any suggestions? Okay, so I want to know in the comments for those that are watching, can you relate to Jamie's question? Give me an I can below if your home ever feels like this too. Now, if you can relate to this scenario, then this live is definitely for you today. Now, mornings are often one of the most difficult times for our kids with ADHD. It is by far one of the most common struggles of many of the parents that I work with. So I wanted to hop on here today to give you a few tips and tricks to hopefully make your morning just a little bit easier. Hopefully that will be good for you, seeing it's morning here, but it's 12 o'clock in the Eastern States. So tips and tricks to help make mornings easier. Set a routine. Now, are your kids expected to make their beds each morning, brush their teeth, get dressed, and eat breakfast? If they have the same routine each morning, you can actually make a visible schedule, a visual one with pictures and everything to help them so they can see, to know exactly what's going to come next. I actually have one of these visual schedules that I wanted to offer you today. If you'd like a downloaded copy of the schedule, just comment below, I want the schedule, and I can get the link sent to you over PM after the training's finished. So I always come bearing gifts. The next thing that you can do is get as much done the night before. So set clothes out the night before. Have breakfast prepped as much as possible. Pack your school lunches the night before. Shower at night instead of the morning. The less your kids have to do in the morning, the smoother your morning will be. And another great tip is actually on Sunday evening, set out the clothes for the whole week so it's done, so you don't have to rush around the evening before. And I have to tell you a little bit of a trick. A couple of times when I know I'm going to have a really busy in the morning, I actually get my kids dressed the night before and they sleep in that. I know that's a little bit unconventional, but if I know that I've got to rush off really quickly, then we do that. Shh, don't tell anyone. Now, the third thing is be consistent. Consistency really is the key here. Try and maintain the same schedule on the weekends and the holidays. That way, you won't have to go through that backslide that comes during the next school day. Now, I know there are going to be days when life happens, school is cancelled, plans change, items get added or removed from the calendar like totally last minute, and we can't always control what's happening. But these consistent routines will help our kids know what's coming most of the time. And when they know, it is so much smoother. The other tip I've got for you is feed your child first thing in the morning. Don't wait until they've got dressed, brush their teeth, all of that sort of stuff. The reason for this is that many kids, upon rising, immediately need some food in their bellies to help regulate their blood sugar. Now, the importance of blood sugar management is often overlooked for many different conditions, as it's most recognizably tongue tie noted for people with diabetes. But when most people don't realize is that blood sugar management is important for everyone, especially those with kids with ADHD. Now, kids will wake up bouncing off in the walls, hyperactivity. It's because that they have unstable blood sugar. So just listen to some of the symptoms and see if they can relate to your kids of, unstable blood sugar. Inability to focus and concentrate, difficulty listening, easily distracted, hyperactivity, quick to get frustrated, hard to calm down, unexpected anger, inability to sit still, or anxiety. Now, many of those symptoms sound familiar, don't they? And if they do, comment yes below if that sounds like your child. I know for my son, before I started feeding him first thing in the morning, I saw all of these symptoms in the morning. That's because each of these symptoms can be the direct result of fluctuating blood sugar. By providing your child with healthy breakfast first thing in the morning, and I should add, by providing them a healthy breakfast full of protein and good healthy fats, you're actually regulating their blood sugar and enabling them to do the other tasks they need to and get ready for the day. So that's literally probably my most top one. I probably should have said it first. That's my number one top tip for stressful, easy mornings. Now, the last one is probably build in some time to connect each morning. Instead of everyone rushing out the door, try to build in just 10 minutes of time for that connection. Once everyone's ready, sit down, read a book together, or chat about what they're excited about for that day ahead or what they're nervous about. That time of connection will carry not only your kids, but also yourself through the day. Okay, so now I want to hear from you. I want to know your tips and tricks. What helps you guys get out of the door in the morning in the right direction? Share your best tips below so we can all learn from each other. I'd also like to know if there are any questions you would like answered in our, Friday morning, Q&A. So pop them down there and I will put them on the list and tackle them in these Friday questions. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's live burning questions answered. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and I will talk to you next week. Take care.